it's presley.actoutgames.com here, and today,
Cooper.
Yes. And today we're going to be doing a science experiment. We're thinking about doing this one over on Bite-Size DDU. There'll be a link in the doobly-doo to where you can check that out. Please go subscribe because that's where all the education content is now. So yeah, we're gonna kind of test it out here. We've never done it before.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna test it out and figure out like how we're gonna be able to do it.
Yeah.
And
a little homeschool science.
Do it for Bite-Size DDU, hopefully.
What do you think, Cooper?
That's pretty good. We actually have some things that happen in my kindergarten, but see Cooper Corner, subscribe, and also will be a link in the description with some Cooper Corner.
Yeah, we'll put some links to some Cooper Corners and subscribe down there, down right over there, and you can watch more Cooper's Corner.
Yeah, right there was the doobly-doo all the way over there. Subscribe.
It's way over there. Okay.
No.
Are you gonna do a new Cooper Corner for people?
They're way in front of ours.
Oh, are you gonna do a new Cooper's Corner for everybody?
The last one was Father's Day. It was a big surprise that all of those stockings in one Pokeball. So go check that one out.
Okay, you ready, Cooper?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna play around a little bit with buoyancy.
Like boys?
No, not like boys. Do you know what buoyancy means?
No.
Abba, do you know what buoyancy means?
Vaguely.
What do you think it means?
It's like, I guess how much something floats. How
Yeah.
dense.
It's
floating.
It's about floating. That's exactly right.
So,
They got flow in the air like flying.
Flying is a kind of buoyancy. Well, some kinds of flying is buoyancy. Some of it's not buoyancy, but some like a hot air balloon, that's buoyancy. But an airplane's not so much. Okay. So, but we'll talk about like water.
But airplane is half.
Who's half? Okay. Airplane's something else. But if I take this egg and I put it in this water, is it going to sink or is it going to float?
It's going to sink.
It's going to sink. Let's put it in. You ready? Hey, it sank. How did you know it was going to sink?
Well,
You don't have to get up to explain. You can just talk.
The egg is first big, so it's so big circle that doesn't fit the water. So it's too big, and the yolk pushes down, so it goes down to the bottom, so it sinks.
Wow. We get a little Cooper science in these sometimes too, right? So how does a big boat float then? Because a boat's bigger than an egg. How does that float?
Well, I do not know actually.
Okay.
Oh, the motor of the boat is smaller than the boat, and it pushes air, so it pushes the boat forward. So the boats float, eggs sink. So you find the egg in the water.
That's a really good theory.
Yeah, and you find eggs in the ocean and other kids.
That's using your noggin.
Yeah, you drop the eggs in the ocean.
Okay, so don't drop eggs over the ocean. Okay, so I'm impressed. That's good thinking, Cooper, okay? That's using your head. I like hearing you use your head like that and try and think about how things work. Okay? All right, hold on. Okay, Poochon?
Yes.
Do you want to tell us why the egg sinks? Do you remember your buoyancy lessons?
That was a really long time.
Displacement?
Displacement.
I'll give you a clue.
Ooh, displacement. I don't like displacement because I try and stick my hands in things.
What does displacement mean?
Displacement means that the egg is basically taking up space that there used to be occupied by water.
That's right.
And the water can't just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
It can't just be like, oh no, there's an egg by.
It displaces that water?
It displaces that water and it moves it.
And what determines whether it sinks or floats?
That
has to do with that displaced water.
It's,
I dominate. Okay.
It's, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I wasn't calling you. It's something to do with, how much, it's something to do with weight.
It is, yeah.
If it can't breathe in the water and it goes down.
That's exactly right, yeah. So what happens, Cooper, is when the egg goes in the water or when you put something in the water, that egg is now taking up like a little bit of space that used to have water in it, right? So if you take a ball of water that's exactly the same size as the egg, if the egg weighs more than that ball of water, it sinks. If it weighs less, it floats.
And the ball also sinks.
Some balls sink, some balls float. It depends on how much water they displace, right? So if they displace water that weighs more than them, then they float.
Like it's a,
If
like
they
if it's hollow.
weigh more than if this was hollow, it would float probably, because it would weigh less than the water it displaced. Okay? So what we're going to try and do is make the water weigh more, right? And so to do that, we're going to make it more dense. Density is about like how much stuff is inside of something. So if something's hollow, it's not very dense because it doesn't have a bunch of stuff in it. But am I boring you? That's not very nice. If it's like made out of metal and it's really thick and heavy and it's got a bunch of stuff in it, so it's dense. And so the water is less dense than the egg, and that's why the egg sinks. We're going to try and make the water more dense. How are we going to make the water more dense?
I do not know.
Well, if you were looking at what's in front of us, and you had to guess, how would you guess we're going to do it?
The salt.
The salt. What are we going to do with the salt?
The salt.
We're going to cough on it?
We're going to put the salt probably in the water.
We're going to put the salt in the water, and we're going to turn it. What does that make it?
It gives it more density.
It does give it more. That's not even what I was asking, but it does give it more density.
Yeah.
It makes it salt water. And salt water is denser than
normal
whatever, not salt water.
Not salt.
Yeah,
Why do you think?
water.
Why do you think it's more dense?
Why do I think it's more dense?
This. I know.
Oh, you know?
You
Okay.
know.
What do you think?
Okay. Well, the salt gives it more dense, so it's more denser than normal water.
It is. That's right. So number one, you're just adding stuff.
Yeah. You're
So what are you adding? Do you remember what's in here?
Salt.
What's in salt?
I forgot. What
Sodium.
Sodium and chlorine.
Yeah, sodium and chlorine,
I forgot what
right? So
N
you're
stands
adding
for.
sodium and chlorine into there, and it's going to just make it. It's not going to add a ton of volume, but you're adding a bunch of stuff into it. And then also, you remember water is polar.
Yes.
And so salt, NaCl, it has ionic bonds, right? One's positive and one negative, and they stick to each other. And your water is the best thing in the world at breaking up those bonds.
Yes.
And so it tears the sodium and the chlorine apart, and then they all get suspended in the solution in there, and so the whole thing just kind of gets overall more dense.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like corn syrup, that's what's in corn syrup?
Is there what in corn?
Like the what you just said. Like
Yeah.
in corn syrup.
Kind of like, do you think corn syrup is more dense or less dense than water, Cooper?
Well, it's pretty even more like water, so I think it's the same dense.
It's a little bit different. Is it thicker or thinner than water?
Thicker.
So do you think an egg would float or sink in corn syrup?
I think float.
You think? We'll try that. We've got some. We'll try that. But first, we're going to put some salt in here. Ava, do you want to put some salt in here?
Yes.
I'll put some in there.
You can help stir. Just pour a bunch in there.
Okay.
Well, I can put more salt because I have some that
Okay, that's probably
before
fine.
at
Okay,
my
can you stir?
at kindergarten, so I know how to do that one.
You know how to pour salt in water?
Yeah, that's kind of salt.
That's good to know. That may come in handy. Okay, don't spill it. Let's get all the way down here at the bottom.
Yeah. At the bottom, the salt sinks, so we have to make the bottom. But
So the salt did sink. What does that mean?
I think it has more density.
It does have more density. Excellent job, Cooper. Excellent thinking. Okay, let's just
I know
keep stirring.
science.
You are science.
Actually, Presley has more science videos than me, and I actually do know this whole thing of science.
You know a bunch of science.
Yeah, I know this whole science thing. So it's like I already have done this class, but I haven't.
I know. It is almost like you've already done it. Okay, let's try that.
But I
we may have to stir a whole bunch. Okay, Presley, just very gently.
Gently.
And don't.
Nope.
Okay, so it's not ready yet. Okay.
Not ready.
Oh, wait, look. It's kind of hanging in the middle, right?
Yeah, it's hanging below the middle or
But it's not-
halfway into the middle, but not all the
Oh,
way
is
in
it
the
touching?
middle.
Maybe it is touching the bottom.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, it's going all the way
Oh,
down.
okay.
Okay, let's put some more
It's
salt
just
in.
standing up.
Let's put some more salt in.
But it's close to floating because the
Let me
end's
put
coming
some
up.
salt in.
Yeah, it is kind of getting close. Okay.
Let me put
Okay.
half
The
salt.
Cooper knows how to pour salt in
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
So let's let him try.
Okay.
Wait, no, wait.
That's it.
Turn it over. Like that.
There you
Okay.
go.
A little bit more. We'll make it nice and salty.
Yeah.
You want to drink this when we're done, Cooper?
No, because the what's in salt again?
Sodium and chlorine.
Corn sounds like corn in it, and I can't have corn syrup or corn because I have a corn allergy, so I would not have that. I think that's how corn.
You think salt is sodium corn?
Yes.
Sodium and corn.
It's got corn ions and sodium ions in it.
I was thinking even corn ions are real.
Okay, so if we've made this water saltier than salt water already and the egg's not quite floating, do you think the egg would float or sink in the ocean?
I think sink. Because I'm thinking about what I'm saying.
You're thinking about what you're saying?
And actually, when I said put the egg off the sink, I thought that I was going to sink.
The egg's floating!
You can cough on it now.
Are you excited? Okay, poke it and see if it comes back up.
Poke it.
Don't poke it too hard.
Yay.
Hey, we made an egg float in salt water. Don't poke it too hard.
It's like,
What are you doing? What is that?
see?
Okay, watch. All right, we're gonna do something else really cool. We're gonna try something
gosh.
neat here. All right, you ready? Here, let's take the egg out,
So now it's a salty egg.
and we're gonna mix this. Although, go pour that out.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna try something a little cool. Take another level.
Oh my god.
Great. All right, this kind of levels too. It kind of works. Okay, so can you, Abba, pour this in there?
Pour it over.
Yeah, just real quickly, just because you don't want it to kind of run and do stuff. So give it a good. That's about as good as I've ever seen you pour anything. That was excellent. Very impressive.
You should link for Cooper Corner because I think at the next Cooper Corner I might show some of my cats. I got cat.
So you got to see.
So I see some of that.
Everybody got to see a little bonus video of the cat driving the dog off of the couch. This happens almost every day. He runs the animal world of our house, and so when he sees Clyde all comfortable, he likes to go mess with him and kick him off the couch.
Like that. When Diamonds near Clyde, they have like a big fight.
Okay, come over here. Come over here.
Again,
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of this not salt water and pour it in here really gently.
Okay.
And if it works,
It's gonna be more salt.
they should make layers. And there should be a layer of salt water and a layer of clear water. And then what do you think is going to happen, Cooper? If there's a bunch of water that's not salt water up here and then a bunch of salt water on the bottom, what's going to happen to the egg?
Ooh, that's good. It was sink.
It'll sink. It'll sink in the regular water, but it'll float in the salt water.
So it'll float.
It'll be kind of in the middle. All right, so I'm gonna try and see if I can put a layer of.
So halfway sink and halfway float because both counters of the egg, some's in the little water, so it's in the sink water, and the west is in the salt water. It doesn't sink, so it'll be like it would sink halfway at the bottom and float up at the top. So it's going to be like a Clyde and Domino fight, but with an egg.
What?
Okay.
A Clyde and Domino fight, but with an egg?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure I got that last part. I was with you for the whole rest of that. But when it turned into a Clyde and Domino fight, but with an egg, you kind of lost me.
When dogs fight, they got dog
Sort
and
of
cat
I see the
fight.
layer. There's like air traffic.
It looks like a big egg. It looks like, it looks like a big bomb.
It's sort of floating.
Yeah, I think
It
it's
looks like
good.
a bomb.
I think we should have put more salt water in
It
it.
looks like a bum.
It what?
It looks like a bum right there.
A bum?
Yeah, it looks like a bum.
Like a butt?
Yeah. Right there, it looks like a butt.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, come here. It's not butt science. Okay, so we'll do it when we do it again for bite size. Since we're going to talk about it, we'll put more salt water in it because it's actually working. But you want to get enough salt water so it's good and floating. It was just kind of touching the bottom and floating, which it's still doing. So I think it'll float
It's
between layers.
touching the bottom. It touched the bottom.
Yeah, no, it needs more salt water.
Yeah, let's get the salt out.
No, we're going to do it again later. This was just a test to kind of check it out. Do you like this experiment?
We're gonna do the corn syrup.
Oh, we'll do that later. Did you learn about why things float?
Yeah, and how they fly.
And a little bit how they fly. That's right. Yeah, hot air balloons. That's how they fly.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think we should do this
Madness.
Should we do this for our science channel?
Yeah, madness.
Madness.
Madness. This is how things fly. Like when we talked about
Magnets?
flies.
Magnets?
Like a airplane, something flying.
Uh-huh.
That what's that called? Madness.
Magnets? Magnets? Magnets?
Mass?
How things fly.
Buoyancy?
Yeah.
Oh, buoyant. Clearly buoyancy is what you were trying to say. Yeah, buoyancy. It's buoyant. Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Cool. Okay, that was fun, Reggie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll work on this and we'll test it a few different times and we'll get it ready for Bite Size EDU, and then you can go over there and watch a better explanation of what's going on. This was just play.
And you want to see some more domino, like on the couch right there? You should see some other ones in our living room, or see our Tinker Crate, our car Tinker Crate one, because that was actually in here. You want to see some domino in there too.
Yeah, we'll do some unboxing, and that's over on Bite Size. The Tinker Crate thing's over on Bite Size.
Get a Bite Size EDU.
Bite Size EDU, right? Okay. Are you done?
Well, actually, the video's over, so I think I am done.
I think you're done too. I'll get us out of here.
So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.